Yeah, I think I got him in the nuts. You can't. Sweet. So if anything, I'd probably go slightly earlier, Brennan.
Yeah.
And that way you're in less of a burble. You can see, I'm going to fucking take this fucking world lock shit off. Yeah, because then you can see the burble here. So good not trying to push too much while in it, but you see the legs, how the legs go back. And essentially it's like they're searching for wind, how I was saying how you were searching for wind before, Aaron. Yeah. And it's just all that is, it's just a reminder that of where your body's at. So you're like, okay, yeah, I'm in the right position, because you can feel pressure in the areas that makes you feel comfortable. But because of this, if you try to search for that pressure while you're in the burble, because you're in this burble here, so the best thing you're best to do is just stay in the position you are, drop through the burble, and then go fast. But because you're trying to search for it here and fly, when you get out of the burble, because his body's, it's sucking your legs into it, because the burble at the moment is like here off him, you know, or even probably less, or probably it's more like this, because he's getting the forward drive of the plane, so your legs are sucked into it. So by you chasing that feeling of where's that sensation, it's putting your body now on a pitch like this. So, and because I'm flying in this direction, when you come into clean wind, it's going to push you back this way real quick.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So the best thing you can do is kind of just maintain that de-arch position, get clean wind, and if you maintain it, the torso is going to be in like this line here. Yeah, and then you're going to be in that same wind, the same line as the fucking relative wind, and then you won't drop as much. Like good recovery, obviously. And then I just go a bit earlier, Brennan. But you're getting your exits quite good now, hey?
Thank you.
Look. For having been your first weekend on your back.
100%, eh? I fucking love it too.
Hasn't been on his back before this weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. It's better watching everyone jump out of the plane there.
Yeah.
Cool. How'd it feel with the hands like that now?
Yeah, I love the hands. So much better.
So sexy, hey Aaron. Do you want this, Mason?
Oh yeah. Fucking Aussies are starting to get me. Nice. Good. So if you want accelerating quicker, just bring your arms into that burble line, yeah? So at the moment, the burble is coming off here, because your torso is here. So it's fucking hard to see with that red jumpsuit. So your arms are on that rim of that burble. If you bring your arms from here to this area, it's going to make you go up. If you bring them down around that rim, like where your body is, because it's like a freaking cone, yeah, where it comes up like that, and then there's like that other cone, because it's bigger. So you're feeling, if that's the object, you can feel here, and you can feel all the way around that rim, and where's the dead spot where there's nothing, and where there's the air outside of it. That's where the body is now with these arms. It's that shape. So if you stay around that rim where you can see the torso, the shape of your torso down here as well, bring your arms all the way around there, up and forwards. If you bring them forwards, it's going to slow you down. So say if this is like the head here, if you bring them around that rim to forwards, because it's counteracting each other, you got a body out here, it's kind of slowing you down. If you bring it to match this side of the burble, it's going to increase you and speed you up.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Doop.
It's pretty identical to carving.
It's the exact same as carving the tunnel. Exact same. Yeah, good. Much better. So here you can see how you just lost that lift slightly.
Yeah.
And what would that been? That would have been... Look like you lean back.
Yeah.
Or it could have been your feet. You might have grabbed with the feet. See your feet here? Behind?
Yeah.
And you've let the legs go. So you need to keep those legs. Keep driving into me slightly. Yeah, because as soon as you've stopped, as soon as you brought those legs back, you've stopped. Bonk.
It's a bit like when you do like B-rolls and you grab a point and you relax.
Yep.
Then it goes to shit.
Yep. Keep flying. Nice. So as well, don't be afraid to look at me. You can see you're looking with your eyes, but look with your head. Just turn it right to the left. It's the same with how Chris was trying to learn looking with his head. Every time he'd look with his head, his whole body would turn. Whoop. It is flat too, eh? Like, look how fucking flat we are. So you're going to find when it's flat, it's not as easy to take that grip because you're taking that surface area away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so still coming in that bit too high. So that just means you're arching too much.
Who's arching too much?
You.
Yeah.
Now you're not.
I haven't quite worked out like if I go hands straight to my torso, I fly past.
Yeah, so you need to pull your arms forwards more. So you fly past, but you just need to bring them. See how they're always back?
Yeah.
And you know how in the tunnel, the carving position is like this?
Yeah.
Yeah? At the moment, your body looks...
Yeah, when we bent at the hips.
Yeah. That's over exaggerated,
I get
you know.
what you mean, I
You get what I
understand.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to fix the hips, you need to fix the arms. So you can't just fix the hips, otherwise it's going to rocket. You need to go legs and arms at the same time,
Yeah.
and then the arms will see how the position he's in. Have you got your hands out? No, you are. Your palms up there. Yeah. So just bring them forwards more. Yeah. Because forwards is going to slow that down. You're going to be in a different position than he is because you're shorter than him and more stockier.
Yeah.
So you're going to fly a different position than Aaron will because he's tall and lanky.
And I'm solid.
Yeah.
He called you fat.
No,
Call me
he's
muscular,
not
he
full.
called you-
Skinny. Skinny is the word I use. I got no shame in saying I'm skinny too. Yeah, it's because you got heaps of range. So you know when we're in the tunnel and we're carving on our back and we're doing this position fucking here, like this, carving on our back,
Yeah.
and then we go to this position here,
Yeah.
and you know how it feels like you got that pop sometimes?
Yeah.
That's what you're going through at the moment because you'll get into your position, your slot, and then you'll go, all right, now I'm here, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And you go into that and it pushes you.
100%. That's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, so if you're back here, go into the position here and feel what it's like. And so if you get that drive, you're like, whoop, and then the problem is I think you are doing that, and then you get close and you're like, oh, okay, close, and then you return to that one.
Yeah.
So what's happens is you need to get that drive, feel that drive, and as you're feeling it while staying in that position, you need to figure out the new controls on how to stop.
Yeah.
So essentially what that is if that's your body, you're driving like this, all you need to do is pull your arms forward. You might need to pull your arms forward and at the same time do a fucking star jump.
Star jump. Yeah. Okay.
So you're wider.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you'll be flying in this position here. You're going to be flying in the faster position. And then when you go from that one to this one, you're also got to do this because you're probably going to steepen up slightly. But at the moment, because you're returning to that. And then you get there and go, okay, now I need to try and get in this one again. And then it will launch you again. I think that's what's happening.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I think. That's break off. Oh, cool. Let's have a look at the belly guys anyway, just so they can listen. Yeah, nice. He's getting right up on that exit. It's good, eh? Nice and close. Boom. Yeah, he's straightened legs. Much better there, Simon. Coming down. So don't break too early. He just needs to be up here. So he's got the perfect position where he's straight. It's just got to hold it until you feel uncomfortable. And really great recovery, Chris, how he doesn't fourth catch, man. Thanks for today. Where he doesn't fall off as well. Just needs to hold that acceleration and not break. Both of you just break too early. So just keep that. Much better being high. That's exactly where you want to be. Perfect. Now you can sink back down into it. So as you can see how he was up here, and he's using his arms slightly. So he can sink back doing that. But the problem is, as he starts sinking back, he'll go out of frame. He wants to kind of release those arms. By releasing those arms, it's going to make his torso drop and come into us. But yeah, it's the hands here. It's this section there that the hands are slowing him on. So if he releases those hands, his torso is going to be anchored down more and he's going to drop towards us. And he also, as we said to him before, he needs to close his legs to maintain that speed, because at the moment the legs is catch and drag on this outside part. Whereas if this one was here, then the wind would hit the head, flow down the body, and then straight through, whereas it hits here and then hits that part, and that's the drag. And then he would end up going from, instead of coming back that way, we'd see him come this way on the camera. And he'll appear out the back. So you can see Sy here, when he bends the knees, he's gone from presenting the legs. So the legs are same as the torso. And then cause he's taken the legs away, the air, if we look at, say, the horizon, so his legs are the same as the torso. This here is drag and it's exposed to the wind. So the wind's hitting this part. Yeah. When he bends his knees, his legs come up, and because his legs come up, this is a lighter part of the body. So it's a lighter surface area. So when the wind hits it, it's going to try and blow it up right more compared to this part, because it's a torso. But when he takes that out of the wind line and gets rid of it, now this is the larger part compared to the legs. So that flattens out, and that's what makes him flatten out there. And that's what... So let's see what happens. So we'll go to bend his legs to try and come in and slow down.
Yeah, I was playing with my legs heaps the other day.
And that's, see out there, it starts, sorry, see there how he's steep. And then he goes to use the hands, and then that's what flattens his body. And there he flattens out. And that's what takes him back. So he essentially does an air brake, like a stall. He's stalling his canopy out. Go on, you were practicing out face?
Oh yeah, I'm practicing that. My shin I'll put my shin heap more in the wind.
Yep.
You can feel it tipping you right over.
Yeah, it's what tips you over. So this is the same position as the out face position in the tunnel. And a lot of people do the same thing in the tunnel when they fly that. So they need to expose the shins, and that tilts. That's what gives you a steepness as well, by flying the lower half of your leg. Good. He's coming in here from in front to take the dock. So he's not chasing from behind. And then he can dock down onto it without having to reach. Because as soon as he reaches, it exposes more surface area, it takes him up. So essentially, if he got this grip here, he'd want to get the grip, and he'd want to straighten his legs and accelerate, because he's accelerating then along the angle that we're traveling this way. Whereas because his legs are bent and he puts exposure here, it takes him back in that direction. It floats him up. So you got to constant think drive. But really good, fucking excellent. He's coming back to get the legs the next dock, actually. That's why he's going back. Cool, really good. And then he was working on that shoulder. The shoulder coming in. So this is after he dove. And the head, every time he puts his head down. So same thing with the air brake. Needs to keep those shins exposed and release the arms. See, air braking again. That's it. So looking over. Wants to look.
When you say release the arm, so you meaning like just put him back?
Put them back, yeah. Not hold on to the wind. So essentially what happens is when you grab them, people try to hold the wind, and I do this too. You're holding the wind for stability, so you're holding onto it. So by releasing, it means letting go of the wind and letting your hand go back without like putting pressure. See how my hand's not putting pressure? So I think it's just he needs to keep looking over that shoulder. He's just working on that head, and the legs. Yeah, because they put their hands there and that popped up too. It's all good. Just juggling. There he's coming in. It's still that habit of pushing on the arms. Look over the shoulder and straighten. Yeah, now coming in. So every time he gets that movement coming closer, both the shin and the torso are of equal pitch. Sick. That was the last one. Thank you very much for the fucking weekend, boys. That was good.